Hey everybody, this is Mike, and you can see the van is in shambles right now. I'm in the process of installing a cell phone booster. We bought the WeBoost Overland. So I've been sitting here for a little while thinking about where I want to install this. And I've seen some people use this cabinet here and install it right here on this bulkhead. But I don't know if I want to do that. You know, the antenna access part goes right here, which is pretty handy for getting the wire through. But I also saw an installation where somebody installed one under the seat here. And if you could take a look at this nonsense. This looks like a total shit show, and where I would install that, you know, I would need a put a board up and install it right into the board. I'm thinking that that's probably not the best spot for the actual unit. So I figured out that I might want to install it behind this cubby in here. This seems like a good spot. It's out of the way, and yeah, nobody's gonna jostle the wires, and that also gives me great access to being able to run the wires to this circuit breaker panel or fuse box panel that's down here that I can figure out how to open it. Opened a second ago, where we're gonna run it from the fuses behind here and then run a fuse in it. And I can run the wire to the unit. And I'm thinking about installing a switch right here to turn the unit on and off, so it doesn't have to stay on all the time, and just turn it on when I want to use it. And the antenna, the placement of the box and the placement of the antenna has to do mostly with the length of the wire. So I believe if I put the antenna right here, it's out of the way. Nobody's going to bump into it. Trace the wire back around the corner, behind there, and then down in order to get it to the unit. So that's going to be the way to go. The other part of the install that I was looking at was, how do I put this giant antenna here, the exterior antenna, on the van. So here's the mount that it comes with, and I'm not putting it on a rounded surface like a ladder or something of that such. I think I'm gonna bolt it right to the rails that are there on the van, and figure it out from there. Okay, I think I'm gonna start by drilling a small hole right here to run the internal antenna through, and then just tons of space back here for the wire. Then we'll run it through the corner. Get that up there. Through that corner. Down inside of here. And then come out just here underneath the panel. And then this is where I'm going to put the unit. So hopefully that works out. And yes, this is a flux capacitor. Plug it in here. There we go. That's awesome. Okay, I was about to drill a hole, and then I saw there was a little panel gap here behind the cabinet, because this is a metal cabinet. So I took a piece of weed eater string and I fished it through from the outside to the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and pull my wire with that instead of trying to make it hard on myself. And and drill holes. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these screws out and see what I need to do behind this panel. Well, I have the assembly for the antenna put together, and of course it's pouring down rain now, so I have to come to a stopping point. Some of the things that I had to do here were I took the panel out and I ran the wire for the internal antenna behind and through, and then it comes out over here on the side, and then I'm going to mount the box under here. Oop. So the wire comes through the side here, comes out right here, and I'm going to mount the box in here. It'll be hidden and covered by the back panel, the backrest panel, so that it's going to be nice and neat and tidy and stuffed way back in the corner, so it's very out of the way for all of the things. And this is going to give me access also to run the wires for the power underneath the settee here. So once I get it underneath the seat, I'm going to wire it right to the circuit panel, and I could probably do that while it's raining. And I could probably also run the antenna wire up into this top cabinet in anticipation of the antenna, but I think that I'm going to wait and run it from outside in. This hole is pretty small in the roof, and it's not anything that I can I mean, it's only like that big, so I'll have to fish the antenna from the outside and try to get it through that hole, as opposed to trying to get this little skinny wire into a little hole and then fish it outside. So that's going to be an outside-in kind of job, but I think I can run the electricity right now. All right, I got my panel hooked up. I've got the power wire run, and I've got it hooked up to the fuse panel, which is right down here. So right now I'm drilling a hole I put a pilot hole there. I'm gonna put a on-off switch, the on-off switch right here that's illuminated. That'll let me turn the unit on and off, since it's hidden way back there underneath the seat. I think it'll be a better installation and a nice cleaner look. My hole's drilled. You know, it's not the prettiest thing. Let's center that. So I had to drill a hole in the plywood here, as well as a 3/4 inch hole in the front of this to accept the switch. So I got a lighted switch here. So that, I'm gonna wire that right now so that the switch lights up when I have power to the unit, and that'll at least to give me a way to turn the thing on and off. Okay, drilling a hole and pushing a wire into the hole where I feel that it's coming out the other side was fairly easy. So I'm gonna roll this wire out and then see where I wanna mount it, or I wanna mount the antenna. And it also gives me an idea of where I can mount the antenna, because last thing you wanna do is put the antenna up and then run out of wire before you get there. All right, that didn't work, but these little square nuts that we got from WeBoost didn't quite fit in this track. But that's nothing that a angle grinder can't fix. All right, we've got those set up. Let's put some thread locker on these guys, and hopefully that'll keep this thing on my roof. The wobbly bit works. And just got to get this all hooked in. I've got my heat shrink right there. So should this go here, here? I'm gonna go under and then zip tie this whole thing together and then put the heat shrink on it. Finish up the zip ties and then cut the tables off the zips. Should be perfect. So some people call this the beer can, so I got a beer can silicone cover that we put on there just to make it look a little different, and it's funny, and I like funny. Just did a smoke test on it, which means I plugged it in and it didn't make smoke. So we're gonna go ahead and zip tie these this antenna wire to the rail here, just to keep it from flapping around, and should be good. Finish up the zip ties and then cut the tables off the zips. Should be perfect. All right, last order of business is just finish gooping this hole, and then we'll be done. This honestly isn't the way that I wanted to do it. I was looking for something a little bit sleeker, I guess you would say. But after I got up here on the roof and I saw all of this nonsense with goop everywhere, I figured nobody's ever gonna be on the roof looking at that and judging my silicone wire job. So there's that. And then all I gotta do now is just cut these little tails off of the zip ties. Put the back on. Got the power switch right here on the wall for it to turn it off and on. And green light go. Should be good. This should be good for everything. And see, the flux capacitor still works. All right, everybody, we are finished with the install on the WeBoost, and I'm going to check the signal strength here. So the WeBoost is off, no light behind me there, and according to the app, I've got to dial a phone number here. So let's do that here. Boom, cool. Call it, and then the RSRP number is what they're interested in there. And where's that at? -109. So we put that into the program here. 109. And then let's turn this thing on real quick. So the WeBoost is on and booting up. Plug those numbers into the app
and it was 109 at the before I turned the WeBoost on, and it went to 103 after I turned the WeBoost on, and it's saying that my signal strength is 298% stronger. So almost 3 times the strength. I honestly didn't notice anything with the bars going up or any of that, but it looks like we got 3 times as much signal strength sitting right here in my driveway than I did before I turned the WeBoost on. So hopefully that'll translate to better cell reception when I'm out in the field and we're out cruising. All right, hey everybody, thanks for watching.